Welcome everyone to another Singerreise Video Podcast. My name is Jonathan Sylvia, and I'm your host. And this is the ringing. Anyway, thanks for joining us. Today is the launch of an entirely new venture for Singerreise, the Singerreise 5-Star Review. Let me explain. While Sarah and I were on a walk earlier this week, we were discussing this weekend's performance of La Bohème with Operamuse. Sarah came up with a great idea. Why don't I go to the performance and then do a review of it afterward for Singerreise? For whatever reason, I had never considered writing reviews before. Perhaps that's because I attend far fewer performances than I actually should. But once the idea of doing reviews was mentioned, the question became, why not? I'm pretty good with words, I know the material, and I've also been on both sides of the stage. There are few reviewers that can say that last part. There might be a few complications around the subject of ethics. As a performer who routinely is hired by local companies, writing reviews about what they are doing may pose a conflict of interest. Could what I say in a review affect my hireability in the future? Or would I even be capable of a non-biased review? I tossed this problem around for a couple days, and I think I found a solution. First, in reviewing performances and productions, I will focus solely on the positives, without any of the negatives. That way, no company would fear that I would say anything that wasn't supportive. More importantly, this is all part of the Singerreise mission, to entertain, educate, and particularly this third word, encourage. By doing these reviews, I can support my fellow colleagues in the industry and the companies that hire them. I do, of course, need to be helpful to my audience as well, all of you. So you all can trust that even though I will be focusing only on the positives, every bit of these reviews will be true. No stretching the truth, no fabrications. And in the rare instance where I can't find 5 good things to say about a production, then there simply won't be a review. As for bias, I will simply at no point pretend that I am unbiased. I will instead embrace my singer bias and my positive bias, and I won't apologize for trying to help people. There's also the issue of time. In order to do these reviews, I need a quick turnaround time so that more people can see the review and then be encouraged to see the remaining performances. So my usual format for the Singerreise Video Podcast won't work here. Those take too long to put together. And that leads us to the Singerreise 5-Star Review. Basically, whenever I go to a performance, I'll find 5 of my favorite things from that performance and let you know what they all are. Easy. 5 short positives, and every review gets 5 stars. So without further ado, here's my first one. Hello everyone. My name is Jonathan Sylvia, and this is a Singerreise 5-Star Review, the very first one. In each 5-star review, I list 5 of my favorite things about a recent or an upcoming performance. In this review, I'll be talking about the opera La Bohème, presented by a group called Operamuse. I saw their performance last night, Friday, November 11th, in a lovely home in Bellevue. A quick plug. If you want to find out lots more about Operamuse, check out episode 55 of the Singerreise Video Podcast. In that episode, I interviewed the founder of Operamuse, Mike Heitman. And now, here are 5 of the things that I enjoyed about last night's performance. Modernization. The strength of Operamuse is its immediacy to its audiences. The opera is condensed down to the size of a living room and performed a mere few feet away from its audiences. Then the opera is also translated into English and modernized. Mike Heitman and his cast made excellent choices with the text and with the characters. The character Marcello, for example, is no longer a painter, but an app developer, frequently cursing at his non-functional iPhone. Localization. La Bohème, with its new, modern English text, was also localized to Seattle audiences. For example, in Mimi's first aria, there's a reference to that long-awaited, glorious moment when all of the long winter's rains end, and the sun first peeks out from the clouds. Everyone in the room knew exactly how she felt. Recognizable Seattle landmarks also made it into the text, such as the iconic Space Needle. More endearing to the Seattle audiences, however, was the change from Café Momuse to the High Dive Bar, where, among other things, the local chapter of Opera on Tap frequently performs. Musetta and Marcello. The pairing of these two was a pleasure. Aaron Whitfield was hardly the ordinary Musetta that one is accustomed to seeing on stage, but every bit as fun, and the role was very well sung. One lucky audience member was even treated her attentions during Musetta's waltz. Revere Taylor, as Marcello, was engaged in every moment. His character was responsive to every action on stage, whether or not it was directed at him. He also had some spectacular one-liners. Mimi. When using a shortened opera score, it can sometimes be a challenge to sing a lead role like Mimi because it has the same amount of music as the regular opera, but none of the downtime in between for rest. For example, there's no second or third act opera chorus. Sammy Gorham, however, sang strong the entire evening. Her most powerful moments came in the third act, first discussing broken hearts with a sympathetic and attentive Marcello, and then in the breakup scene between her and Rodolfo, played by Ben Cleveland. Modern English helped the delivery here too. At that moment, anyone there who had been through a breakup, meaning all of us, instantaneously felt what Mimi felt. My eyes teared up more than once last night. And if you know me, that's a pretty huge accomplishment. The community. The 5th star goes to the community. About 25 to 30 people were in attendance. A comfortable number, but with room for more. And many of them had never seen an opera. Most of them did not encounter classical music regularly at all. All that were present, however, were huge smiles, before, during, and after the performance. The Group Muse community, of which Operamuse is a part, caters to these smaller groups by stressing the casual, personal interactions. Audience members from all walks of life commingled with the musicians, and we all enjoyed each other's company. So, those are my 5 stars. If this La Bohème sounds like fun to you, you're in luck. There is still one more performance, this coming Saturday, November 18th, in Fremont, Seattle. Check out Operamuse on Facebook or go to groupmuse.com in order to reserve your spot. There is limited seating, so I would suggest you do that as soon as possible. You can find more of these Singerreise 5-star reviews by going to the Singerreise YouTube channel or the Singerreise Facebook page. Stop by there, check it out. There's always something happening there, almost every week. Anyway, thanks for watching. So, how did you like it? Now, I really could have talked for a couple of hours about each cast member, every scene, and so on. But for this format, I wanted to keep it short. The point of the review is to encourage people to go and discover, not to be a substitute for the performance. So if you want to see the rest of how good it is, you'll just have to go. If you enjoyed this review, let me know. And if Operamuse sounds like fun, make sure to get your reservation for their final performance in Fremont. If you want to find out more about Singerreise and the Singerreise Video Podcast, check out our website, singerreise.com. There you'll find articles and resources all about singing and about the piece Winterreise. You can also check us out at facebook.com/Singerreise. Make sure to like the posts that are on the page, like the page, comment, and let me know how things are going. There's also the twitter.com/Singerreise. Use the @Singerreise user handle there. And of course, you're watching the Singerreise YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to that with either your YouTube account or your Google account. That way you get email updates every time a new video like this is released. Finally, there is patreon.com/Singerreise. There, for just $1 or a few every month, you can get bonuses like bonus videos, bonus articles, and whatever else I can come up with. By doing that, you are also supporting the continuation of this Singerreise series. So I highly encourage you to check out all of the great things that are happening at Patreon. Next up on Patreon, I think I'm going to be working out about 32 deleted scenes from the interview I mentioned a little earlier. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this presentation and the review, and thanks for watching.